Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we are going to do my first try at making DIY lavender sachets that you can put in a drawer anywhere in your home. You could just set it out on a counter, you could put a loop on it and hang it from a hook or a cabinet. And anyways, it's going to involve this lavender, this dried lavender that I found at Queen of Hearts, my favorite little antique mall, yesterday. But you can order this on Amazon. You can find it at different craft stores. It's going to involve that. And then, this might surprise you, it's also going to involve rice. And then, of course, I will be using canvas duck, just various, bits and pieces of lace and whatnot. And I just spilled my bag of rice. Okay, let me quickly move that out of the way so it's not all over the floor. Sorry. And anyways, it's going to be super easy and fun. We're doing these in the shape of a heart for Valentine's Day. But you could do any shape you like. And they're just a sweet little gift to give a friend, you know, an next door neighbor, a workout buddy, the teachers. Super quick and easy and super affordable. Okay, so like I said, it's going to start with canvas duck. And this is sort of where we're going, okay? So just wanted to give you a quick little peek at that. All right, first thing I did was I ironed my canvas duck, which is really thick, pretty flat, because it was very crumpled. And then I am going to make a heart. These are all going to be different. And let's see, let me just put this. Some will be long and skinny, some will be wide and short. And to start, I'll just fold this piece of fabric in half and then start cutting the heart shape. This is just going to make one, so I will need to cut out the back piece. Anyways, here's my little heart. And of course, as always, if you like this project, but you are not a cream and lace kind of girl or guy, you can recreate this with any kind of fabric that you would like. I'm thinking you could even use felt. Okay, so let me just quickly cut this out, and then we'll move on to the next step. I have been reading all about lavender, about making lavender sachets, and there are different things that you can do, but the idea I liked the best was to use rice to give it some weight, and it just brought back really good memories. I have to dig it out. When my oldest son, who is 29, was in, I think, 5th grade, they had a market day at his school, and he made the cutest little sock puppies, which I helped him with, out of like little kids' socks filled with rice and then decorated, and they were adorable. And I still have one up here on my shelf that I'll have to get a stool out to reach. So I think having rice in your sachet is fine. You know, it's not going to last forever, but anyways. Okay, so here is my front and my back. And before I move on, let me just show you some other things that I have made. This was a needle book. This is also a needle book. This was the first one I made, because I was tired of never being able to find my sewing needles. This is something we did just recently. Let me know if you would like to see the video. And it's just a little scissor pouch. Isn't that sweet? And here was the other one. I made 2 of those. And then I thought I'd pull this out just to show you, give you an idea kind of what my style is, especially if you're new. This is just a little pouch that I made for my crochet hooks. And then last, I want to show you my little, this is one of many pin cushions that I made. So that's kind of the style and where we're going. I'm going to be using low temperature hot glue today. I'm going to glue the bottom and all the way up around it, and I'm going to leave part of the side open for filling, and then we'll mix it up and then we'll embellish. And if you would like to sew this either by hand or with a sewing machine, you absolutely can. I just opted not to do that because I know not everybody knows how to sew or has access to a sewing machine. But most people that watch this page, this YouTube channel, have access to a hot gluing device, and I'm using my low temperature Sherbonder. Okay, so I left a little opening on the side, and I will come back and trim it up nice. Okay, the next thing is, for the look of these, what I'm going for is sort of a, like a sideways lace with, at the bottom, a little messy bow, which I need to trim this one up. This was my first effort. This is me moving forward, figuring out what I want to do. So anyways, that is where we are headed, and I'm just going to look in my little pile of lace. I don't want it to get so thick that you can't smell the lavender. Sherry says she's made 2 of my felt needlebooks and 2 of my scissor holders, and she loves those. You know, this is the kind of crafting that I especially love to do, so I hope you guys like it too. All right, where did I put that needle that I just took out? Oh, well. This is just some wide lace that I think I got at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. Okay, and I am just going to glue it on at an angle. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so now let's trim this off. Just look at the back. So this is 2 layers. There's a front and a back. I'm not going to decorate the back of it, but if that appeals to you, you certainly could. I'm also thinking that there's so many cute things that we could do with stencils from magnoliadiy.com and ink. And Magnolia has the perfect color. It's called Amethyst Orchid, which is sort of a lavendery, purpley color that I think would work great for this project. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is the rice and lavender mixture, and I read all kinds of different things on the internet about doing this, and what the consensus was is that you want to do about equal parts of lavender to rice. So I'm thinking this is a tablespoon. I don't know. So I just put 4 tablespoons of my lavender into this smaller baggie to mix it up. You could use a bowl. Lena would like to see the video of my scissor holder thing, and I will get that for you as soon as I'm done. Okay, so now I'm going to put 4 of these rice. And the rice is just to give your little sachet kind of a feeling of weight and sturdiness. so it doesn't feel super light. I think this should be enough, so I just put it in my little Ziploc baggie. And I'm just going to mix it up. And I can smell lavender from this one that I just made. This one's very little, but it was just me getting my idea. Okay. So I've got it all mixed up, and I'm going to show you what idea I came up with to figure out how to get this rice mixture to go into my little pouch. And I was remembering what I do when I'm working with glitter is I will just put it on a paper plate, and then I will kind of roll it up and use this like a funnel almost. Oops. It is going to be messy, obviously. Let's get some more. I want to make it pretty full. So if you're watching, say hello in the comments and let me know that I'm not just standing here in my craft room making a huge mess with lavender and rice. That's about as full as I'm going to be able to get this. So let me lay it down for a second and I'll put this back in. So if I had to guess what that was, it was around 3 tablespoons of rice and 3 tablespoons of lavender. Okay, and once I get it glued shut, then I'll move it all around in here and get it to be even. So I just left this little spot right here open. Just gonna pinch that closed. Let's trim up this edge. It smells good. You can also add essential oils to these sachets, but I'm not sure if they wouldn't get like an oily sort of something on the fabric that might bleed from inside to outside. So I opted not to do the essential oils and just to do the rice. Okay, so here's the 2 that I have. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this mini Bodabra. Let me know if you want a link. I'm going to order the bigger one. But for now, this is what I have. And this Bodabra is a device that makes it easy to make like the stacked messy bows that I like to make. Okay, so it came with this gold wire, which I'm just going to stick down. Can you see? In the middle of this. And then I chopped up a whole bunch of strips of canvas duck that were 7 inches long. Here's the other one. And lace. And this is like a muslin. And this is this, I don't know how this is going to look. It's just a piece of trim that is cream, of course. All right, and then, let's see, let's put this one on here too. And then these are pieces of this dress that I bought at Goodwill. And I've been cutting it up and using it for various things. And then I have a couple pieces of lace. Because this heart that I'm doing now, either one of these, are larger than the small one, I think I can get away with a thicker, bigger bow. And your Bodabra, if you have one of these, is going to come with something that looks like this, which is just how you kind of push everything down. And then I'm going to use this wire. It's like it's not like a hard wire. It's like a wired, I don't know, piece of string almost. Let's pull our little pile up. I'll probably end up trimming it. I'm going to just tie this around the back and cut the little legs off of this. What do you guys think so far? Does this totally look like what I would make here on DiyDreaming? I think it completely does. Okay. Okay, and then I was just gonna put it, and I will trim some of these a little bit shorter, but I'm gonna lay it right here in this bottom corner. Just a whole bunch of glue. And then I could use either a vintage mother of pearl button, and I have a lot to choose from. If you're new, you probably don't know that I have totally a button issue. Or I could use a little cameo, or a butterfly, or a seashell, or a cross. I have all kinds of totally dazzled bling that I could do. And I think I'm going to do this little cameo, which you can get a set of these little cameo pieces from Totally Dazzled. And there's like 10 pieces, and you can choose what kind of metal you want. I like the antique bronze the best. Some people like the silver, some people like the rose gold, and some people like the gold. But for me, it's this antique bronze that I love the most. So here we go. It does need to have its hair cut just a little bit. But what do you guys think? Oh my gosh, and it smells so good. So I will finish up this one. I'm going to give these to some friends, maybe at Bible study tomorrow. Anyways, I'll finish these up, trim them up, get some pictures. I'm going to look up on Amazon where you can order lavender so that I can offer that information to you. Tina says she really likes my videos. Well, thank you. I so appreciate that. So anyways, I hope that I gave you some ideas, that I inspired you, that I showed you how super simple this could be. And we will definitely be making some different kinds of sachets over the next few months to come, because look, I have still all of this lavender, and I have a whole bag of rice that I have to use up. All right, do a this or a this. That's a heart. Feel free to sprinkle. Let me know if you want my supply list, and I'll be glad to just list out what I used. Hope you'll come back again throughout the day for pictures, past craft projects, all kinds of fun ideas.